issues with the school administration.
She didn't bring it up. Here, she's got more to say.
I think that's a massive, problem.
Hang on. You're saying the central bank, the Bank of England, is one of the things that controls it. Are you a conspiracy theory person? You almost sound like Worm. You're MAGA.
What I'm saying, Steve, is that if the Bank of England governor can't be sacked and the Prime Minister can be sacked, then the Bank of England governor is going to have more power than the Prime Minister.
Well, that's wrong, Liz, because you don't have the intellectual capacity to be Prime Minister. If you've got the intellectual capacity to be Prime Minister and to run anything, then you can make a law up to do whatever you want, or you can get one put through by your party to do whatever you want. But short of that, Liz, you framed basically the imminent threat of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Ascending to the Prime Minister, to the President position of the United States of America, which none of the conservatives around the world want to happen because they're completely corrupt and greedy. What you are actually doing, Liz Truss, is playing down the role of the people who are in charge. And now you're trying to make excuses for them, and you're trying to claim that they don't have any powers to control these other powers that are controlling everything. Basically, what Liz Truss is doing is she's making excuses up for Rishi, for her, for Boris, for the Tories who are responsible for our well-being. Now, I would say to Liz Truss that if she did have a spare brain cell free, she would know that all companies in England can only exist if they are licensed. Like, if you are a certified company under Companies House, if you're a registered limited company or a corporation, or, you know, in America they've got LLCs or whatever you want to call it, enterprise, Branson Island, to form a company that turns over an amount of money that is above a certain amount and register and file for government with tax in order to operate, you have to have a license, Liz, just like you have to have a license to drive a car. Now, if the government take your license off you to drive a car, Liz, you can't drive a car, can you? Because you ain't got a license, because the government only license you to drive the car, Liz. Now, if you're a doctor and you're found to be engaging in malpractice, Liz, they take your doctor's license away from you, so you cannot practice medicine anymore, Liz. And like in the cases of John Bastwick and Henry Burton, Liz, who had their ears chopped off, leading into the Civil War in the 1640s, who were later released by petitions of their wives, Liz, to the House of Commons, which you can do, believe it or not. Not that the Petitions Committee would believe it. Is, Liz, they had their qualifications removed from them, Liz. Now, a company, including the Bank of England, Liz, whichever type of company it's registered as, likely not a limited company because, you know, it's acting, you know, without any limitations at all, so it appears. These companies, Liz, have a piece of paper and it says, congratulations, you've got a license to operate and you're registered with tax with the government, Liz. Now, if they're found to be doing something wrong, like the entire totality of food franchises in England causing malhealth to everyone, which can be proved in a court of law, when someone wants to pursue it on behalf of the NHS or the people, gut bacteria, microbiome, you know, new strain diabetes. It seems that these companies and businesses like to go to the special court, Liz, for special people and sue the government when they harm their profits. But no one's going to the special court for special people, Liz, to sue these companies when they're harming the future predicted health of the country, Liz. So if they are harming the future projected health of the country, Liz, why aren't they having their licenses taken off of them? Their business licenses, because they're damaging to the country, just like your doctor's licence, Liz, or just like your driving licence, Liz, or your licence to possess controlled substances for scientific research purposes, Liz. Liz Truss as certificate to possess narcotic drugs for the purposes of personal experimentation and science research. Liz, right? If I only had a brain. Liz, use the imagination, Liz. Use the imagination. There are ways to remove these companies from operating. There are ways, Liz, to remove these companies from even being allowed to be a company if they are not licensed to, or if the government revokes their licenses. Now, if you can revoke a driving license, Liz, or a doctor's license, you can revoke a certificate of incorporation if a court finds out a business has been participating in damaging activities or malpractice, possibly even banks. What about the PRI scandals? All the PRI scandals. People were ripped off by vast amounts of money, Liz, and they claim money back. But yet we all know it's a juggling scam. Yet, if that was a doctor who had engaged in a example of malpractice, he would have lost his doctor's license, Liz. Yet, when we find banks who have done, stupid PRI scandals, that is an example of a malpractice. So, however, they still got a certification of incorporation or a limited company, Liz. Why hasn't the government revoked it from them? Have you even tried to in court, Liz? No, because when you were Prime Minister, you did not exercise that faculty of imagination. Not that you would want to do that anyway.